Well, how's it going, boys and girls? How's it going today? Jesus, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time. I thought I'd talk to you today, boys and girls, about something that you probably never thought about. And most people don't think about it. Why do you think most people don't think about it, boys and girls? That's right, because most people are idiots. You know, and I think about these things because I'm not an idiot, you know? But one of the things that I think should make you feel bad, and I don't want you to feel bad all the time, but I want you to feel bad for things that you do that are wrong, boys and girls. You know that. It's not nice to do things that are mean. And I think you've been mean to your turds. You know what turds are, don't you, boys and girls? You know, when you go to the bathroom and you take a great big dump, you know, and you struggle and you get that turd out of there, that's a turd, boys and girls. And what do? You know? It's been faithful to you all this time, and you've taken care of it, boys and girls. You've taken care of the turd. You know, where you've taken it where you walk and when you play. You've taken your turd with you, and it doesn't talk back to you. It's never talked back to you. It's never given you a bad time. And what do? You go to the toilet and you take a great big dump in the toilet, and the turd comes out and plops in the toilet, and finally it can see. It's been in darkness all this time, and finally the turd, boys and girls, can see, and there's light. It's like, you know, a blind person seeing again, you know, being able to see. And what do? You flush the toilet, and the turd goes down the toilet into outer darkness, you know? And you'll never see that turd again. Don't you feel sad, boys and girls? That turd, you made that turd, and that's been a nice turd for you. Your turd is totally different from the other people's turds, because that's your turd, and you can name your turds, boys and girls. You know, you can say, you look in your toilet after you take a dump, and you might have, you know, you might have 4 turds floating around in that toilet bowl, and you can name them. You say, well, oh, there's Fred, you know. Hey, there's Albert. Hey, there's Gunther. You know, there's Willie, you know, and you can name your turds and they can be your friends. But when you flush that toilet and your turds go down the toilet, down in that dark, outer darkness place that they go, you've lost them. It's like losing a loved one. Your turd wanted to stay with you. And what do? You flush it. You'll never see that turd again. I don't care how much you hope that you can see your turd again. You'll never see it again. And it's gone forever. You could have taken that turd and put it in a fishbowl, and you know, and then got some guppies or some goldfish, and you know, maybe some branches from your tree outside, you know, to stick in the fishbowl, and then the fish can swim around the branches and, you know, in and out of the turd. You could mold that turd. If it's a big enough turd, you can mold it like an arch, you know. And it's like a bridge that they can, you know, that this fish can swim under this turd. You know, sometimes the fish might take a nap on the turd, you know. But you can't do that now because you've flushed Fred down the drain and Albert down the drain. And these turds that never caused you any harm, and you flushed them right down the toilet like they were nothing. I'm ashamed of you, and you ought to feel sorry. Every time you flush that toilet, boys and girls, you should at least wave to them. You know, goodbye, friends, you know. Sure, your mother and father will tell you to flush the turds and get rid of them. But you know better than that. You know that they don't want to leave. Would you like to be flushed down that toilet bowl? No. Why do you think turds want to be flushed down the toilet bowl? They've got feelings too. I'm disappointed in you. You could have taken your turds, you could have put them in a sack, and, you know, on Wednesdays or Thursdays, whenever you have show and tell in your class, you could have reached into your sack and got a turd and showed the people, you know, the kids in your class, a turd. You know? You could also play a game with them, boys and girls. You could say, you could pass it around, you know, have them put their heads down on the desk with their eyes shut, and you could pass this turd around. You could go around up and down the aisles of the different chairs of the desk, and then you could say, guess what this is? It's a surprise that I have. And you could say, here it is. Can you tell me, just by sniffing it, can you tell me what it is? And some people will get it right off the bat. They'll say it smells like shit. And it is shit, isn't it, boys and girls, huh? There's a lot, you know, flies like shit. Have you ever noticed when a dog takes a dump and, you know, has a turd laying on the driveway or out on the grass somewhere, that flies land on the turd? Why do you think flies land on the turd? Because flies like turds, that's why. You know, 12 billion flies can't be wrong. They like turds. And you know, and they treat a turd with respect, you know. Unlike you, when you flush them down the toilet, like the turd was nothing. I am so disappointed in you, you know. Of course, some people are just full of shit and they have to get the turd out. And there's no place to put the turd than just to shove it down the toilet, you know. I bet since I was your age, boys and girls, that I had enough turds, that I've shit enough turds to probably fill 15 football stadiums about 10 feet high. Now, what could have I done with those turds? I could have sold them, you know. By now they would have been petrified turds, and I could have sold them to museums. They might have, you know, they might have beautiful colors in them by now. Have you ever noticed in your turds, boys and girls, that sometimes there's food in your turds? Might be, you know, kernels of corn. Did you ever see that boy on YouTube that he was in the bathroom and his parents were recording him, you know, what he was saying outside the bathroom, and they were laughing, and this little boy was inside the bathroom and he just had a shit, and he's looking at his turds in the toilet, and he was talking to, oh, there's some cinnamon bears. Oh, there's some M&Ms. Oh, there's some candy corns. Oh, there's some pizza. Oh, there's some fudge. And the parents were laughing, and they put it on YouTube, and and it went, it went crazy on YouTube, and people thought it was real. You can't look at your turd and see different foods in your turd. Occasionally you might see something that resembles something, but you can't see cinnamon bears and candy corns and fudge and Twinkies and cupcakes. Alfalfa sprouts. You can't see that stuff in your turd. It's buried in the turd. But this little boy, oh, I see cinnamon bears. Oh, there's some M&Ms. Oh, there's some carrot sticks. You can't see the kid was full of shit. And as far as I'm concerned, the parents are full of shit, and people that thought it was real, they're full of shit. So anyway, I don't want to make you feel bad, boys and girls, but you've flushed a lot of your friends down the toilet. And next time, at least say goodbye to them and wave to them. Goodbye, Albert. Goodbye, Stanley. I'll miss you, Stanley. You'll never see him again. You might think someday you walk in a public restroom. You might think you sniff him again. Hey, that smells like Albert. It isn't Albert. It smells like Albert because they're from the same family. A turd is a turd. If you see a turd at a restaurant, or you smell a turd in a restroom at a restaurant, it might smell like Albert or Stanley or Bentley, but it isn't. It's similar. They're from the turd family, but they're different. They're all unique and individuals, just like we're unique, boys and girls. And so next time you see a turd, you can do a couple of things. You can just get up like you're a spoiled little brat that you are, and just flush the toilet and not even care about the turd. You made that turd. The turd's your friend. Just get up, flush the toilet, and go out and play video games. Or you can do the right thing, and before you flush, look at the turd and talk to it. Say, "I'll miss you, turd. I don't want to flush you, but I have to. And I'm really going to miss you. I hope I can see you again someday. And I'm sorry that I have to flush you." And then very gently flush the turd. And as the turd's going down the the hole in the toilet, you can wave to it. And sometimes the tissues will be nearby. Those that are sensitive, like I know you are, you can wipe your eyes, wipe the tears away as you see your friend the turd going into outer darkness. It's sad, boys and girls. But I don't want to make you feel bad. I just want you to show some respect to turds, because turds have never done anything against you. They've always been your friend. They've been with you, during good times and bad times. Why do you think it's so comfortable when you sit down sometimes if you sit on a hard bench or something at church? Why do you think it feels comfortable to you? Because your turds are giving your butt cushion. Your turds are cushioning your butt so your butt doesn't hurt. Sometimes you squash it, sure, But your turds have always been there for you, and I hope that next time you flush your turd, that you can do the right thing by your turd. Do you understand?